Hello, my name is Farai Dando, and welcome to my P5 presentation on social innovation and social entrepreneurship. Uh, the company that I've picked to do the case study on is United Way, and my topic is going to be on poverty in Alberta, and I'll be looking at different ways that they have uh, made a contribution as a non-profit organization. Uh, and So first, I'll look at a little bit of background information on United Way. They were founded in 1939, uh, and they were founded with a goal of making a community impact in the areas of poverty, uh, making charitable contributions that can make a difference within different communities throughout Canada. And they actually set up offices in each province, and they have regional offices that are aimed at assisting specific communities within a city. Um, so the logo that makes on their company logo um, was actually designed by an artist called Sol Bass, and what it is actually it depicts a helping hand. And it's actually that helping hand is cradling mankind and is surrounded by a rainbow. Now, the rainbow is supposed to symbolize hope. So, their mandate and purpose is to fight poverty within local communities and lifting communities out of poverty. And some of their priority areas of focus are um, poverty to possibility, healthy people, strong communities, and all that kids can be. So how are they doing this? This is actually being achieved by tackling homelessness and poverty. And one of the ways that they're doing that is through coats for kids. And this provides coats for families that cannot afford to provide winter coats for themselves. These are not necessarily families that are homeless, but they are families that have very low income. Some of them have very low income. They're in social assistance, so they provide winter coats because these families cannot actually afford to purchase those coats on their own. They also have home care kits through their Homeless Connect. And so the organization purchases items and they build and distribute personal care kits for all homeless people. And they actually have an office and a warehouse where homeless people can walk in and they can receive these care kits that have different resources that different items that they can use for their personal needs. And they also provide funding to different food banks so that they can obtain those different resources that they need, such as food, also to hire employees to maintain their facilities. The last thing that uh, I'm going to be talking about is the specific investments that they've actually made within the community, and they've called this Pathways Out of Poverty, and there's four different areas that they've uh, tackled or that they've invested in. Um, and the first one being, so this is in 2005. And so the first one we're going to look at is called capacity building. And what this is actually investments that they're making into organizations and programs that help to enhance the sector's ability to create pathways out of poverty. So any organization they have several organizations, actually 11 different programs that they fund, and the purpose of these programs is to help people build a better life somehow, take them from poverty and give them the resources or the skills, help them acquire technical skills or whatever it takes to get them out of poverty and into the working class or into a way to provide for themselves. Um, there's also what's known as poverty to possibility. very similar to capacity building. Um, and poverty to possibility includes taking homeless people, and these programs include rehab, they include counseling, and so anything that empowers individuals to go from to whatever is in hampering them from being able to uh, do well or provide for themselves in life. The other area is education. They've invested 5.5 million in education, and this is 2015. And this is, of course, to help children be able to obtain that education that allows them to provide for themselves and take themselves out of poverty. And the last one is wellness. So this is aimed specifically at low-income families, and this provides sponsorship for programs help um, that help individuals develop their health. So it could be um, exercise. It could be access to gyms or programs through the YMCA, where families that can normally cannot afford to have access to these facilities, um, they provide sponsorship for, so they have access to it. And of course, the biggest thing is how this organization engages the entire community. They have employees within the company, but for the most part, um, a large number of the individuals involved within this organization are actually volunteers. So their volunteer program is one of the biggest volunteer programs in Canada, and they have over 400,000 volunteers throughout the country. Thank you for taking the time to listen.